What's up YouTube? It's themthatgots back with another video. This time I have with me my master grade Gundam Heavy Arms figure. If you want to call it a figure, it's actually a model kit, but here it is. This is my first Gundam build in over 10 years. I used to do these a lot when I was in high school, but I'm getting into them now, and they're a lot of fun. They're very rewarding, and they're just all around great toys to get. The thing that I love so much about Gundam kits is that basically if you build a Gundam kit, you're a customizer. You've made your own figure. And whether it's awesome or whether it looks kind of crappy is kind of all in how you do it. And if you do it right, man, you really get a great result. I actually made a lot of mistakes with this since it was my first build in a long time, and I had actually never done a master grade kit before either. But I'm really proud of the way that it came out. It was definitely a learning experience, and it was just a lot of fun. So let me get into the figure a little bit for you. This might be a bit of a lengthy review. I'm not sure. A lot of Gundam reviewers do most of their reviews in like 4 or 5 parts. So I'm going to try to do this in one, and there's a lot to show you on this kit. Well, first off, this is Heavy Arms here. He's from a series called Gundam Wing that was out in the 90s. And it was an anime show. For people who don't like anime, neither do I. I actually hate anime, but I really love the design of these toys, and the engineering of the kits is just out of this world. So that's why I like these. But I'll show you the figure in closer detail. I'm not sure exactly where I want to start. I think I'm going to start with the accessories so that I can get them off of them and show you what's going on with those. Just give me just a second here. Sorry, he was looking really dusty. It's important to note too that I have painted this kit. I was given an airbrush by one of my friends and I painted this kit. So that makes it a little bit more rewarding too. Especially since this was the first time I've ever used an airbrush also. The main difference you're going to tell on this figure is in the orange color on it. Let me show you the orange color that it actually came in. This is the plastic tree. This is the orange. It's like a very yellowy macaroni and cheese looking orange. And if you compare it to the orange on the kit, the orange that I put on is a lot darker and nicer, and it looks a lot better in my opinion. But let me go over the accessories here. First off, he has this knife on his right arm, and the knife can fold back and forth. This is molded in just a straight black, so I painted the silver on there, and there's actually a decal there which looks really nice. I really like the decals on these kits. A lot of people don't use them. I think they look pretty lousy if you don't use any of the decals. The main weapon here you're going to see is this gigantic Gatling gun. It's very nice, very huge, and you can see that the model kit has no problem holding it up either, which is awesome. This was molded in kind of a dark gray, but I did a flat black, like a charcoal black on it, and I really like the way that that looks. And you can see the decals there at the end of it. I painted the holes there silver. And it mounts to his backpack back here. You can see it has an ammo chain that goes all the way to the barrel here, which is really cool. And you can mount his shield to it, which you can see all the decals and the panel lining that I did on the shield to bring out the detail. Very fun kit, very awesome. I love this kit. I'm going to try to take these off so I can show you some of the other features of the figure. And it is kind of tough to do, especially to get this out of his hand. Let's see here. There we go. You actually have to pop the fingers off the kit to get that out. And I'll try to show you on camera here. I'm sorry if this is really weird. I haven't really done many Gundam reviews. I've only actually done one. But you can see there's these little things in his backpack here, and there's 2 little slots on the weapon, and they clip right into the backpack. You just have to be careful with them because they are a model kit, so they are fragile. You have to remember that they're not actually action figures. There you go. See, so it mounts to his backpack. You can see it there. Let me see if that focuses a little better. So there you go. So now I'll show you some articulation that the kit has. It's very nice. It's actually out of this world good. His head's on a ball joint, so it rotates around 360 side to side, and you get a lot of nice nodding motion there. And it actually has a joint here where you can lift the neck back and make him look up further there. And then once you get to the shoulder, it has this joint that, well, his arm popped off. It has this joint that pulls away from the body, which is really nice. And you can move the arm out, back. It can rotate full 360 if you don't have the backpack there. It rotates at the bicep, and it has a double joint at the elbow. And you can see here from the side that double joint really goes a long way. It would actually go a little bit further if it weren't for the armor there. It's also important to note that since this is a master grade, it does have an inner frame. So this armor actually comes off and there's a frame underneath. He does have wrist articulation, and then he has a thumb articulation here, and for the fingers you actually swap them out. This is the fingers, oops, these are the fingers I took off to get the weapon out of his hand. So you just pop that back in there. See, now he's got the fingers there in his hand. So you do have a double ball joint in the waist that allows it to rotate and kind of roll. All the skirts are individually articulated. There's actually 2 hinges in the front skirts, so you can move those anywhere you need. You can see on the side skirts they move out to. You've got a ball joint at the hips, so they go in, out, back and forth, and it's very solid. And then as far as the knee goes, you have a double joint, so you can bend all the way back. And you can see the inner frame here actually has some nice sliding parts when you bend the joint, and you can see the knee here separates, which is awesome. It's one of the reasons why I love these kits. And then once you get down to the bottom here, you've got a double ball joint in the ankle, so you can roll that all around, move it back and forth, and then the toe points back like so. And there you go. I did use all the decals on this kit, and I panel lined a lot, like the black there. It's technically not supposed to be black, but I think it looks good. What else to say about the kit? You know what's coming if you know anything about heavy arms, but I just want to get everything out of the way before I get to that. You can see all the nice decals there. There's 2 different kinds of decals, rub decals, and then there's just regular sticker decals. But I used every single one of the decals on this kit, and I think it looks awesome. I love the decals, especially once you get in the details on the side right here. It just makes it look like a real robot, like up here on the shoulders. And you can see I really like these decals down in here. They're like little warnings and stuff. You know, it's heavy machinery, so of course there's going to be warnings all over it. And I really love the attention to detail there. Now that I've got that out of the way, well, I guess I'll show you one more thing too. I do want to show you here that you can, well, I guess I'll kind of spoil it a little bit for you. I'll open this up. I do want to mention that the cockpit opens up, and it's hard to see, but there actually is a pilot up in there. So you close the cockpit, and now I guess I'll just show you the big guns, literally. This is heavy arms, so he's covered in weapons. You can see the chest opens up for these Gatling guns. You've got this that opens up to unveil all these missiles. This back part of the arm flips out as well to reveal more missiles. If you look at the front of the kit here, this orange piece lifts up and comes down, more missiles. This piece here on the side skirt unveils more missiles. There you go. And then you've got these awesome deals on the side of the legs here, and they open up to reveal even more missiles. So he's just covered with weapons. You can see both sides do the same thing. Try not to let them fall apart here. But just an amazing kit, and it took me probably about a week from start to finish. That's including building and painting and waiting for the paint to dry and all that good stuff. But the end result, as you can see here, is just amazing. And the thing about these kits is they're just so rewarding, because when you finish it and it looks awesome, you're just kind of like, yeah, I did that. And it's something to be proud of. Really great. I can't say enough good things about these kits. So there you have, with everything open there. I also wanted to mention the shield a little bit more too, since I kind of threw it off there. But this is the very first thing that I painted, and it's the first time I ever used an airbrush, so you can see there is a little bit of uneven paint on there. But the decal work on this is really nice, and what I like is that this actually has a bit of a frame on the inner side there too, which is very nice. I wish you could tell how brilliant this red is. It's a really nice red, but my camera always makes red look pink, which kind of stinks. And then some little last minute notes to add about the kit here. You can see the different kinds of hands. He has, on this hand, he has the weapon holding hand you can see there. He also comes with a weapon holding hand that does not have a peg for the weapons. The one that I have on there, you can see, has a little peg in it to peg into the gun. So that's pretty cool. And then they have these open hands that you put on there to get an nice open pose. The fingers are nice and spread. Really like that. And then here's the fisted fingers. They're very tiny. Sorry, my fingers are getting in the way. But that's your fisted hand. And I'll show you very quickly too. It comes with an extra pilot that's not in the cockpit that I painted that was a huge pain. You can see this is my thumbnail. There's the pilot. It's the size of my thumbnail. It's tiny. So I'm going to sit him down. And then you also get a connector for a thing called an action base, which is basically a stand that you build for them. I don't have any, but I have a few on their way from Japan to me. And I'm really excited to get them because they look awesome once you get them on an action base. It goes up under his crotch and plugs into the base, and then you get him in all these cool flight poses. And then the last thing to mention too is that he does come with a beam saber, but he does not come with a blade. You have to get the Wing Gundam kit to get the blade for this. And I do have the Wing Gundam kit, but I haven't built it yet. And the blade actually stores inside this arm, but you can't use this arm. You actually have to remove that arm and rework the inner frame with these two pieces, which I'm never going to display it like that, so I didn't take the time to do it. But basically, you clip these two pieces together like this. And you can see, once you do that, your beam saber just kind of slides in there, and once it's actually snapped together, it'll be a snug fit. So it's actually hidden inside his arm, but you can't do it and this at the same time. So sorry if that review is a little shaky. Like I said, it's my first review of a Gundam that I actually built, so I'm looking at it more from a builder standpoint than from a toy collector standpoint. But it's a very fun build. I definitely suggest you get these if you're interested at all in them. They're fantastic. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.